Welcome back. This is Ring Diaries with me, Phiona Mbowa, and today we're talking about decluttering. We're going to declutter, starting from the kitchen, bedroom, as we saw Irene tell us before the break. But we're also now going to talk about emotional declutter. Welcome back. Decluttering. I know I need us to get back to the bedroom because this is one. It's a marriage show. We need to understand. Because sometimes we say the man has left. The poor man just couldn't stand the room anymore.
Yes. And sometimes, because the important aspect you brought out is that I have sentiments for this. It becomes emotional for you. So every time he says, why don't you just get rid of this? You get angry.
Yes,
and
like
then
you can't see the value of this to me.
And in that moment you can end up having a quarrel, or you can end up, actually bursting out and crying, or saying, you're inconsiderate, when will I have space? Everywhere is not mine now, my bedroom is my place. Women. The bedroom is my, let me use my bedroom the way I want. But the husband's like, this bedroom is not giving it to me. It's not a good bedroom. It's not comfortable. It's not a place I want to come to and relax. So he starts, just wandering off a bit, and before you know it, you might have an affair coming into the marriage.
All because of
small things like decluttering. Get rid of them. Some of us have wigs. A person can have like 15 wigs, and they're sitting all over the place. If a person is that neat, they'll be maybe on some hooks or yes. But there are those people that are not that organized. You just get them and put them in some polythene bag, tie them and throw them somewhere in the room.
So this man feels like
the husband is opening here. When he goes and opens, that is your hair. All kinds of wigs are there. Then here there are all kinds of panties. The old, the new, the middle ones, the ones that.
No, but I mean also some people, some of us keep things because we do not know how to dispose of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I feel people, you say, how do I throw away my old maybe knickers? Where do I even throw them?
But you also have somewhere you take your pads. Where your pads coming from? They used pads. You can find a way of disposing them, but I know that you don't have to keep them for forever. People, I know so many people that have now bought incinerators for home. They go and burn those things. They just, because you feel it's too close to me, I can't just dispose of it. They go and burn them. But you can't keep all those things. Imagine all the panties you've had for years, and you're just stashing them there in all kinds of toilet bags and all that. The drawers are full. Some of us don't even fold our underwear. It becomes a difficult place to live in. And remember, you're different genders. Your husband doesn't do things the way you do them. It's not like you. He doesn't know why you need all those things.
How about some of us who keep like sugar because we don't want the maid to spoil it?
Rice is under the bed. These people, this is the way I manage them. So I give them a bit by bit. But you can imagine, under your bed you've stashed sack of salt, sugar, there's salt, a carton, there's rice, but here there's a box of soap, then cooking oil, and that is supposed to be the intimate place for this marriage.
Perfect.
You can find a way to bring order in your home without really compromising your marriage. Because sometimes
it's amazing how something as simple as declutter has gotten us to compromising the marriage.
Yes. I'm just keeping my stuff. I'm just being cautious. You're being cautious, but you're losing out.
I actually never looked at it like that.
Somebody goes away, maybe they've gone to a workshop, and then they reach there and say, oh, this is so refreshing. This room is so aerated. Then remember, the hotel rooms don't have anything that is not needed. They just have a bed and maybe some slippers there in the rack. Somebody feels so good. They're not that they are cheating with anyone, but they feel like they've rested.
Without all the
But in this bedroom, when you walk and you're kicking a box,
you step on sugar.
You're stepping on
cooking
containers, cooking oil is pouring there. Then before you know it, there's a box of biscuits hitting your head because you're keeping things away from, I don't know, maids. But you just need to declutter, remove everything, put everything where it is supposed to be, and dispose of things you don't need. Just get them out of your house.
People, we are starting decluttering, and the good thing the year is still young.
It is.
So we can actually start on it as soon as possible. How about emotional decluttering?
Yes, some of us, like you rightly said, most of these things are in our emotions, they're in sentiments. Maybe this was my mother's dress, when my mother gave me this blanket, whatever happens, I'll never give it away. And then some of us just hold on. In our emotions, we don't have physical things, but in our emotions, we have packed everything. You see, I hear many married people say, in this life, I've been through life, but I'll never forget Phiona. I know she didn't marry me, but I'll never forget her.
So you're keeping this in your mind.
Which kind of mind is that? How can such a mind be married to Irene and be happy with Irene? You need to declutter, remove everything from your mind. People go into marriages, and they're holding on to the girlfriend who hurt me, to the girlfriend whom my parents said I must never marry. They're holding on to all those kinds of emotions. Somebody who hurt me so bad, everything is in their heads. So even when you try to make them happy, they can't see it.
You can't reach them through that clutter.
You can't break in. The person just says, no, she's nice, but she can't be like the other person. But remember, you've already lost that person.
Poor person, you don't even know what you're competing with.
You don't. You're competing. Some people are competing with the dead. The person even lost maybe a girlfriend or a wife. Then they, in a way of moving on, they get married, but they're still holding on to those emotions. Some people actually say, never remove this from this place. It's my late wife that put this here. Then that means even their brain is like that.
Still hanging on to the late wife. But so most of us, Irene, say, my mother passed away, so I'm holding her pictures. I must have them. I must keep all her clothes. I must keep her business the way she left it.
No. Your mother, you can't live your mother's life because she did not live your life for you. If God intended it like that, then He would not have He would not have let our mothers die before us, or sometimes even children die before their mothers. So you can imagine living the life of two people. You're living your life, but you're also living your mother's life, in your marriage, in your current marriage. You have all her pictures there. You have them hanged up everywhere in the house. You have all her clothes. These are my mother's things. I can't keep them away. And then you have your own stuff. But you're married to one person. That person is not your father, because your father was your mother's husband, not you. Your husband cannot deal with two kinds of clutter. Your own clutter, and then you bring in your own.
But when people say we are being insensitive?
No, not at all. You can keep a photo too of your mother. Those are important statements, but you can't say I'm keeping all these 15 albums. This was my mother's birthday, this was her wedding anniversary, I'm keeping all of them. Very important statements. No, I'm keeping them. I'm keeping her clothes. This is her nightie. This is what she wore here. These are the beds she used when she was sick. I'm keeping everything. You can't. That shows the state of your mind, which means you're not emotionally free. You have not yet moved on emotionally. You have not.
So we need to be able to get
Release
into our
your
minds
mind.
the same way we've gone into our kitchen. And so what do I need to
And
be
both of
doing?
us, all of us, men and women, are you giving your spouse the best of your emotions? Is that the best you can give? Or you're holding on to all kinds of things? That is why our minds are so stuffed that when people say simple, I've had occasions where people say, I tell my husband, give me a hug, and then they go so-called, not now. Then you wonder what it is. It's just a hug. But the person is so full, their brain is so packed, their emotions are so packed with filth, with clutter.
Interesting.
It is. When you think about it, clutter is clutter. It's just not. Even babies, you can't keep a baby in a soiled pamper for more than 20 minutes. They'll already be complaining. You know, they cry and they show you, I'm soiled, I want to be in a dry place. But that is a baby.
But for us, we are holding on.
Two things. You take the, you know, this emotional declutter is very important. There are people who take those emotions of the past way deep into their marriages, even up to that place of intimacy. They tell you, if I'm going to enjoy my husband, I have to be imagining that it is the other person.
That's so sad.
But it is happening. That's why you need to go, sit down alone, if possible, go by a river or the beach and just say, Lord, remove everything that is not worth of sitting in my mind from my mind.
Imagine that poor wife or husband realize they are actually with you physically and emotionally.
But emotionally they're not with you.
No.
And yet the Lord has given us a sound mind.
So we need to clear our minds of anything.
Declutter anything that hurts you, anything that you think is what makes you shout or scream at people, anything that you feel makes you close in. Just declutter. Sit down and say, you can get your spouse to help you. Ask them, where do you think I'm a bit closed in? Where do you think? And then they say, maybe there are times you do this, but you yourself, you will know why you keep doing that. And that will help you. It will help you. Because you see, we want to be happy. And the marriages we are talking about are these marriages that we swore until death do us part. So you can imagine living with a person who has all those things in their mind. I will not forget, I was so hurt. I loved that girl. That girl was my life. She was my, what do we call them? My soulmate. She was my life partner. She was, but you didn't marry her. So you know, so get off it. Drop it and leave.
But I've actually had so many girls say, I can never forget that man. You married to another man.
You say, I can't get over him. I can't get over him.
He was my first love.
Yes, I've met people, women who say, I met my ex and he's not happy. And then, so is that your responsibility? To make him happy?
You know, maybe he would have been happier with me.
Yeah, but he's not. He's not with you. You know, so why do you punish the person that married you?
Yes.
It's not right. You go and punish the person that married you, and if the person, maybe you didn't tell them the entire story. See?
How about friendships? How do we declutter there?
Yeah, even your friends. Phiona, I'm sure I'm your friend. But you need to understand which kind of friend. Is it a friend or it's an acquaintance? If these are my friends, are they helpful? My other friends are also seasonal. There's a time, is it T.D. Jakes? I think it's T.D. Jakes who wrote somewhere in one of his books that everybody has a part they play in their story, in your story. And if their part has ended, let them go.
But we were so close, we helped each
Yes, but now
other.
you're not. You can see that person no longer reaches out to you.
You send messages, they don't respond.
They don't respond. You just get your phone one day, go into the phone book, and you see that there's, you know, the numbers that are saved there.
1,200.
But you talk to them. There are some you call and they even don't take your calls.
Oh, their school is there.
There are people who say, see, but sometimes your phone says you can't save a number, it's too full. Then you say, oh, I have to delete something. But you really need all those people.
And then our kindergarten friends, I went to a friend's home and the husband was hosting his kindergarten friends. Like in my mind, I'm like, kindergarten friends? You've been married 20 years and you still have kindergarten friends.
Maybe one or two. But I think the only way we'll keep kindergarten friends is if we kept going to the same schools. But believe me, at every level of life, we drop people. We drop people. Because, well, it is another chapter. It is another chapter. And God keeps on adding on people to you, onto you. There are some of us that are so close to people that we met in the workplace, not at school. Yet you also have friends that you met at school. And then you have friends that you met as a family, where you are living, and you know they were neighbors. But you know you have to, yes. Even among your friends, choose. Declutter.
You can't be everywhere.
You can't be everywhere. You know, there are those people who live a certain life. They have to be at every party, every weekend. They have a wedding, they have something, they have a birthday party because they want to live, to stay in everybody's life. But you can't.
And at what cost?
At what cost? At the end of the day, you're costing your family because your children and your spouse you don't have time for them. You don't, because every time you say, you know, there's this person I was with here, there's this person I was with at McKennedy, there's a, I don't know where. But you know,
society has made it seem like that's the whole thing.
No, it's not. Me, I don't believe that. You can't have all those friends. You can't be everywhere every time. Sometimes you just get so exhausted doing so many things. Why should you go? You know, there are people who are of all kinds of types. There's a person who would go to a wedding in the morning.
A barrier.
And they have a barrier too. And in the evening they have to attend a baptism party or some birthday party. And for me, I say, but you can't imagine the emotions you're changing into. What is that? You're switching your emotions. And then I've got the wedding, let me just be at the church. Then after that, I go to those people's reception. Then at 2 we go and bury so and so's father. Then after that, in the evening, I go for the birthday party.
So you're not even fully available for these people. You just
you're giving them a little bit of yourself.
Just to tick up books.
But that means your brain is also so cluttered. You might reach a place and people don't understand your emotions. Why did this person come to our wedding? They are angry. Yet you're not. You're thinking about the funeral. Yes, because you're going to the funeral after that. Oh, that man, he used to be very nice. Oh, sorry, I have to be there. Then you start thinking, but maybe I was doing. I don't need that. And the money you use, the more people you keep in your life, the more money you spend. Because you have to spend on social responsibility.
You have to take a gift to everybody.
Contribute to the wedding, contribute to a hinjira, contribute to this kuchala, then you have to pay mabuko here. Then you have to look after your family. Your wife wants flowers.
You know?
At the end of the day,
flowers,
yes. At the end of the day, you have a lot of money to spend.
So I don't care whether you have sent mabuko. What me, I want my flowers.
So if your wife is not a type like you, if she's the type that declutters, she will not understand all those things you're talking about. Yes, you can.
It won't make sense.
Yes, it can't make sense. You cannot be the one looking after all the orphans in your village, even when you want to stand for political office. You can't do that to your family because there are people who do that. You know, I have to help them. Let me pay school fees for children. They are paying for free. And at the end of the day, your own children are not enjoying them. Because I'm helping this one. I want to help my mother and my mother's friend. And it's not bad to help. Don't get me wrong. But
you can't be everywhere.
Choose. Even when you say I'm not able, somebody will understand.
So what if this decluttering takes an emotional toll on me?
On you who is decluttering? How?
For example, me breaking off some friends, even when we don't meet, but it tortures me having to let go. Or having to let go of my duvet, and it literally tortures my mind. Yes.
I'm wondering how it would torture you if you prepared for it.
So we need to prepare before we declutter.
Sit down, speak to yourself. Have that me moment. Sit alone and say, I have 70 handbags. What if I kept only 50 of those? You can start small and say, what if I gave away only 5 of them? When you start doing that, you start feeling that even just the gratitude from the people that you're blessing with those things is enough to make you happy. Is enough to make you happy if you are a normal person. You know, these people's gratitude, oh, thank you very much, I really needed this, I needed this. It makes you, feel good about it, and it gives you giving more, letting go, getting things out, participating in church projects. You say, I have clothes I'm going to bring some shoes. All the children's old shoes and all those things that don't fit them anymore, you carry and take to the church.
And now, I think let's actually get a bit deeper into the process of decluttering.
Yes.
Because we may say all these things, but someone is asking, where do I start? Yes. So what would be the process of practically?
The practicability of it is that you first get rid of everything. You know that this one can't even be given to a person.
So I reach my wardrobe, I'm like, which things are completely non-reusable?
These ones cannot be reused. Those ones you take to the rubbish pit. Make sure those ones are completely disposed of. We know I said you can burn, you can do what. Then there are those you know that people can use. Not necessarily people you know, but just pack them. We live in the society now that is so exposed.
Yeah.
People are saying, there's a time the churches had projects in Karamoja where they were taking clothes, where they are taking, kitchen utensils. You donate. You say, I have some donations to the refugee camps. Those people suffer a lot by the way they do. They don't have everything they need in the refugee camps. You can decide to take them the children's clothes.
So we're first identifying the things, one, you do not use, like no one can even use it.
Those ones we said,
let's ban them.
Holy Spirit, thank you for this. Give me the grace and the courage to destroy them. Those you destroy. Then you get those which you can give. Give them out. Find the people you know. There are those you know. This one I really want to give to Phiona. This I want to give to my aunt. Then those ones you give. Then there are those you don't know where to take. Just find them. Yeah, if they are babies' clothes, you can take them to the babies' homes. If they are adults' clothes, you can take to to churches, to refugee camps. The Spirit of God will guide you through. Then you realize, I'm beginning to excel. You start loving it. Then you start giving away things that you've just bought. Because now you have learned.
I can imagine, yes. So it is a process.
It is a process, yes. You can't just wake up one day and say, I think they said we declutter, so you get everything out. You, who is okay with it, might badly affect the other person. Because I know men who do that. They just wake up one day, they are hungry, and say, no, you don't need this. Then they carry everything out, and the wife is in tears. You don't want that. You have to, take it slowly.
But if you have failed to learn, I think also.
Yeah, sometimes you fail.
Sometimes you fail and force needs to be applied.
So, but you need to give them extend some grace, and you start slowly. You say, we don't need this. You don't need this. Hey, slowly by slowly. You say, okay, let's do this. Then eventually they say, I think it makes you make it.
Yeah, you start to see the environment changing,
and you start liking it. But before that, you may not know. You may not know that they are helping you. So the important thing is for you to understand, do I need this? No. Why am I holding on to my ex's pictures? The person doesn't even have a child with me. And you're disturbing the person you're married to. Why are you keeping this album? No, they're my secondary school album. The person say, but it's full of your exes. You say, yes, but these are just sentiments. I don't even know where the person is. The person is in UK. Leave me alone. I cannot leave you alone.
Get in touch with him. Leave me. Let me enjoy my...
You're not enjoying it. This is a new marriage. Same marriage. The other wasn't even a marriage, probably. So all those things you have to consider and just remove what is not necessary.
So we are removing saucepans, we are removing anything that we think we do not
need, even in your emotions. Everything. Don't hold on to. The people hold on even to text messages. So I can't delete that one.
By the way, you've talked about phones. Maybe we talk about that a bit.
Yes.
You said how we can have 1,005. I was going to check what my phone book is like. You have 3,900 contacts, but
how many do you call in a month of those?
I don't.
Probably only 10.
So even delete numbers we're not using.
Delete them. There are those that you had kept. Some people were trying to, you're a married woman, but there is a man who was trying to vibe you, and you're keeping the messages there, and you're causing trouble for your marriage for no reason. Just delete everything, block some numbers. You start feeling good, you feel liberated. Seriously.
But you've heard it from Irene, we need to declutter. And as we come to a close, Irene, I'm just wondering, for someone who has had this, maybe this is the first time they've heard about this, and they're wondering actually, how am I supposed to do this? Because we've seen the benefits. Yes, you have a fresh home, your spouse is more relaxed. I know it can be relaxing.
You also have a fresh you.
Yes.
Because you don't have to worry about things.
Yeah, and most times you find you even have new clothes. You wear it all the time. So it gives you a fresher look. But for someone out there who's saying, can I actually do that? What would be your safe to them?
I think you can do it. You can do it actually. But if you feel it is, it can become bad that you even fear to start. But you have people you trust. You have your sister, a friend that is close.
Some of us fear to even show people our clutter because it's
too much. But even just realizing that you have clutter is a good step. For you to say, I actually think this is too much. It is already good. So you can get someone to help you. So then, someone that can be honest with you. Ask them to come to your home and tell them, please show me anything that I need to get to do.
Now, for just briefly, I think I forgot something. Now, like for the wardrobes, because we're talking about the marines, how can we declutter? What ways can we declutter? What things can we use to make our spaces more usable?
You must have many hangers, because you're going to start there. When you put things on the hanger, then you understand. You say, I've put 50 blouses in this side of the hanger.
And when they're folded, they don't look that way?
They don't. But if you put them on hangers, you start saying, oh, okay, I have so many blouses. Including those ones that are in the laundry baskets and everything. So those are about 60 blouses. Let me fold my skirts. You fold your skirts and you realize you have a very big hip. And then you fold your husband's trousers, you realize there are not that many. So if you in relation to your skirts, and your skirts and trousers might be about 400 pieces. Your husband has about 10, 15, 20 pairs of trousers, including the jeans and everything. You need to start thinking that way. And you say, okay, maybe I have so many skirts. Let me see what I can do. Then you go to the socks and the shoes. Then you
keeping the one sock.
Yes, you realize your husband has socks that have holes and all those things. Remove them, because he's not going to wear them, and he may wear them if you don't remove them.
Yes.
Because some men don't care. Yes. So you start like that. Remove everything. Get shelves. Get a shoe rack. Prepare. You know, when you put things in order, you start understanding that there are things that you actually do. Don't put more than one mattress on the bed. It's not necessary. Because you're compiling them. You know, this is a mattress, but I can add on another one. No, just remove it and give it out. Take it somewhere.
What are your closing remarks for our viewers as we come to an end?
My closing remarks is that let's declutter. It's very bad for you to be fogged in your brain and in your body and in your surroundings. Declutter everything. Declutter your car. Declutter your house. Declutter your bedroom. Declutter your brain. Declutter.
Thank you very much, Irene, and thank you very much, our viewers. I'm sure there are those saying, what is declutter and how is that even important to me? But I'm sure by the time you've come to an end of this, you've realized how it's very important. Your mind, your books. You have your child's P1 books, she's at campus. You have all that in your wardrobe. And you keep them under your bed and all those things. Let's declutter and have clean, beautiful spaces where we can enjoy with our spouses. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Phiona Mbowa, here at Church of Uganda Family TV with Ring Diary.